Hi, Falassin here with another album review and unboxing video, and this one is Jesus Christ Superstar, and specifically the deluxe edition box set. My interest in this album is very shallow in a way, and it's because Ian Gillan sings and takes the part of Jesus in the production. And being such a massive Deep Purple fan as I am, this had to be in my collection because you become a completist. And I've had this battered vinyl version for many years, whoops, and I shall show you a quick look at that as well. But it was when this appeared that I dived in. So I'm going to show you now inside the box so you can have a look and see what you think. So I'm going to look at the Jesus Christ Superstar Super Deluxe Edition box set, and my kind of curiosity towards this album was really all about the fact that Ian Gillan from Deep Purple played the role of Jesus Christ. So this is my original battered vinyl version, which I think is an American import, and you can see that it's well worn and quite old and a bit tired, to say the least. So it was inevitable that I was going to try and find a CD version, and there's Ian and Yvonne and various other members of this project. I think it was on MCA Records, so just for the people who want to see this kind of stuff, there it is on MCA Records. Now it was 2012 when I actually got a CD version, which was this, which was seen as remastered and super duper version then, which was 2 discs, and this came with a little booklet saying how excited they were to have it remastered back then with all the lyrics, and you were in and out in a few pictures, and that was it. So they must have been over the moon when they got permission to create this, which is the ultimate edition, really, deluxe edition itself. Wonderful box. I think that's what you call about a 10-inch size box, I would say that is, and it's got the original album, as it says here, remastered at Abbey Road, contains a 100-page book, new interviews from Andrew Lloyd Webber, Tim Rice, Nile Rodgers, Ian Gillan, Matt Berry, Yvonne Elliman, plus a disc of rarities. Now the book is substantial. Basically discs 1 and 2 are the same as what you've got here. So you are getting this really for disc 3 and the package, really, but to me it's worth it. As you go through it, you'll see this is extensive. Got a table of contents, a picture there of Tim and Andrew. These guys were in their early 20s when they put this together. It's absolutely incredible. And, you know, just looking at all these albums in the back of this picture, don't you want to know what they are? How could you have that many albums back in 1970 compared with now? You know, what had been released? Here we've got the story, talking to Andrew and Tim about how they put it together. And they put it together as a rock album, which I think is why it has stood the test of time. And you've got all the different members, Murray Head, nice picture of him here working on the score from the original diaries. Picture here from 1970, picture of Ian Gillan here with Yvonne and Barry and Murray Head during the recording sessions. Neil Hubbard, Al Spenn of the Grease Band. So there's some fantastic musicians. Picture of Tim and Yvonne Elliman there. So everyone who was involved with the project. You've got Ian Gillan here. You got the call from Deep Purple office saying that Tim Rice had been in touch, be interested in getting involved in his new project after they'd heard Child in Time, and that's what made them go after Ian. And it talks about Ian just went in, you know, and actually just put the stuff down. Fantastic. And I've got picking up some memorabilia here, and again carries on with the interview. Pictures of the album and then getting the gold discs. US promotional poster, some pictures from signing the deal, the MCA, and then we've got the 1970 LP lyric book. So this focuses on my battered vinyl version. This is the exact copy of that with the same pictures of the artists and all the words, so you can sing along at home. And then Matt Berry, who you may know from Toast, the TV programme. I bet you didn't know that this album is his favourite album of all time. He's loved it since he first ever heard it when he was a young kid. And he talks about why it is so important to him. And it's amazing. All these pictures here are all from Matt Berry's personal collection, because he's got so many different versions of Jesus Christ Superstar. Superb. Then Nile Rodgers talks about it. And then you've got a couple of more publicity photos from the time. And then this is you won't be able to go into detail with this, but basically this is a script for doing an interview on the radio, because back in the day, Tim and all the other people involved didn't go around and doing lots of interviews. They sent round a pre-recorded tape where the radio DJs could ask the questions, and they pressed a button and then played back the answers, because not everyone back in those days were listening to different radio stations and couldn't before the internet. So this is fascinating. It's an interview that was sent round to radio stations so they could all pretend to interview Andrew and Tim at the same time. Quite remarkable. And a really good addition. Although I found it absolutely fascinating to go through that. As you can see, it is extensive. And you've got a picture from 1980 when the show closed in the West End. And then you've got obviously the track listing, and then disc 3, which is basically, these are the rare tracks. Now, these aren't that intensive to say I have to have this, but you've got guide vocals, some scat vocal instrumentals, some different edits and stuff, different mixes and things. But it's they've given you everything there is left in the can, really. And there's a commentary on disc 3 by Tim Rice as well. So that, and there's the third disc at the back, and that is Jesus Christ Superstar. So that's Jesus Christ Superstar, the Super Deluxe Edition box set. There is still the 2 CD version, which didn't come out that long ago in my way of looking at the world. But I think this is absolutely superb, and I dip into it quite often, actually. And it's not even just to play the music, it's just to read and revise on the notes. I just found that as I've got older, I just like to absorb myself in events that happened where I was too young and understand more about the dynamics. And I think, as I said in the unboxing, this was put together as a rock album, not a theatre production. And I think that's why it sounds as good as it does and has stayed relevant. And the fact that you've got like Matt Berry, it's his favourite album of all time. I love the programme Toast. So that's given me a different dimension to exploring it as well. So great box set if you can get a copy. And it's, I think it's about between 30 or 40 quid or something like that in the UK. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for ringing that little bell. And I shall look forward to seeing you on my next video.